Hey guys, it's Teresa. I'm back with another video, and we are here with this 6-month check-in from being heat-free. One of the things that I think we overlook so much when it comes to our hair journey, when it comes to what we're doing, is being and remaining consistent. I feel like a lot of us have gotten all the information, we've watched the videos, we bought the products, and we're trying all these different things. And the reason why I believe that we're not seeing the results that we want, whether that's length, health, wholeness, is because you're not being consistent. Main thing for this video today is I want to encourage you to be consistent with your journey. I want you to find a routine and stick to that routine and watch that routine change your life. I got to a place where just thinking about external, right? Just thinking about the actual hair on my head, not what I was eating, but just let's go to the things that everybody want to talk about, okay? The products. I consistently washed my hair every 7 to 10 days. I consistently deep conditioned my hair every time I washed it under a hooded dryer. I consistently detangled my hair gently. I used a leave-in every time when I was detangling my hair. Then I used 1, maybe 2 styling products, and I left my hair alone for those 7 to 10 days until I did it again. And I can truly see a difference. It's funny because I shared a video where just this January I did a twist out, and when I did that twist out, you can see that my ends were kind of limp, and I had to add rods to the ends. Now I knew my ends needed to be addressed, but getting to a place where now I'm gonna post a picture. I recently wore these cute little just medium-sized braids, and the braids, when I braided my hair, the top of the braid all the way down to the ends, it was the same size or same density, and the ends curled on their own. That just, I don't want to sound so cheesy, but it warmed my heart, and it just made me feel like, oh my gosh, this is my hair. The woman who is just on this journey with me is just amazing, and so I'm so grateful for how she is helping me to just re-envision what I want for my hair when it comes to health and wholeness, and really helping me and challenging me even to say, girl, we had some practices that weren't necessarily the best. Like, let's get back to a place where you are doing those things properly. And so I'm sharing this to say, what is your routine? Identify what your routine is. So many just beautiful, amazing professionals who not only have a full head of thriving hair on their head, but they've helped countless other women on their journey to get a full head of healthy and whole hair with these tips. You must shampoo your hair. You must condition the hair. Most of them are advising that you sit under a hooded dryer to let the deep conditioner saturate your strands, right? Hey, we're gonna follow up. We need to make sure that we're detangling our hair. I didn't know this because at one point I was a believer of just finger detangle, you're fine, which is, some people it works, but you have shed hair that can get all wrapped up and caught up within the hair that's still attached to your head. And if you're not detangling and getting rid of those shed hairs, it just wraps around your other hair and it gets really matted. And when you detangle your hair, that's gonna be up to you, but you wanna make sure that you are detangling, gently detangling your hair with something that has a good amount of slip to it. I have been using a pre-poo. It's a really good pre-poo that gives me such great slip, and then I go from there. Once you do that, then you're gonna do your leave-in and then your styler product, and then you're gonna leave your hair alone. You can wear your hair out. Even then, I was like, oh, I can't wear my hair out. You can wear your hair out and have it grow and have it be beautiful. You can do your wash and goes. You can do all these things, okay? Get to the basics and get consistent with your routine. What I know, when you go to these YouTube channels and it's not a professional speaking to you, they are going to share with you what works for their hair. They've learned their hair, which is the final thing. You have to learn your hair. Your hair, I'm telling you, you're using all these different things and your hair is just like, girl, what we doing? You're pulling from this YouTuber what worked for her hair. You're pulling from that YouTuber that what worked for her hair. So you're literally on your hair creating this cocktail of products from different people that have different hair than you. And your hair is just like, this doesn't work for me. Even with that, I'm just want to encourage you to do your research, because on this girl's YouTube channel, and it popped up, and I was like, oh my gosh, this girl's hair is beautiful. And she was saying that she was drinking the fenugreek tea for like a year, 2 years, whatever. I could feel the pull to like, oh, I can do that. Yeah, let me add that in. And I said, wait a minute. I'm a nursing mom, okay? I have some other things that I got going on in my body. And so I said, let me hit up my midwife, and let me just check with her and just see what's really going on. And so we're pretty crunchy over here. And I said, hey, I'm thinking about adding fenugreek tea. Like, is that healthy? Like, is that safe to take while I'm nursing? Again, do your research. This is not medical advice. This is just me sharing the experience and exchange that I had. He said, I used to recommend it, but I no longer recommend it because studies have been inconclusive regarding milk supply and how it can affect milk supply. And so I would hold off until you're done nursing, just to make sure that you are continuing to produce what you need to produce and your milk supply isn't affected. I'm grateful because what if I just started taking it for my hair, but not even considering the other areas of my life that could have affected? I want you to be encouraged as you're consuming all these different things. Stick to the basics. Get to the basics, get good with the basics. Don't get tired of doing the basic things. And then as you add things in, do your research, because God forbid that you add that one thing that worked for her and it just debilitates everything you've worked for because you didn't realize it could interact with other things in your body that you got going on. So that's what the past 6 months have been for me. I didn't know that my hair could do this. I didn't know that I could love this look. I've always loved my hair. It wasn't like, I don't like natural hair. I gotta do straight. I wasn't that kind of girly, but I was somebody who had to really say, okay, how can I wear and embrace and style my hair in a way that works for me, works for my face, works for my body type, all the things. Like, I know people might say like, that's not a real thing, but no, I like big hair, okay? And so seeing my hair like this, I can't believe that this is my full head of hair, because there was a season when I was going through damage and breakage from having surgery, when I was not really understanding my hair. My hair was not this thick and luscious, even though this is a twist out. The strands are definitely more whole and healthier, and so I'm so incredibly grateful. So that's all. I just got on here really quickly to encourage you to get consistent. Write down your routine. I am somebody who I love to like journal and plan, and so I do. I have a hair routine, a hair plan. What am I working on? What are my goals for my hair? I write it down. And so I know it might seem like, girl, it ain't that deep, but for me it is. And so having a head of healthy and whole hair, I have a whole blog where I share that too. That's another form of where I'm writing it out, writing the vision, making it plain. As I'm on this journey to grow the healthiest head of hair, not the longest head of hair, although I do want some length, but the healthiest head of hair, I want to empower and encourage you as well. So be encouraged, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.